The title is Children's Exhaution from Lots of Tutoring. We desire happiness. However, even in happiness, we feel unhappy and despair. If it's depression, it needs treatment. On the other hand, we can find happiness and overcome unhappiness. Today, I reflect on the difficult lives of children due to excessive private tutoring and academy attendance, and on gratitude. Here is a conversation between two old men. A. This is what caregiver C said. There were elderly people in a nursing home, and there was one whose son didn't visit him often. I later learned the reason. His father was very strict, so the son had a very difficult upbringing. I think it's because of that trauma. In the old days, it was thought that raising children strictly would make them into good people. There was even a British proverb that said, "Spare the rod, spoil the child." I was get a little sick of thinking about my father. I hated private tutoring. Following my father's advice, I had no choice but to take lessons from one tutor for a few months. Then I stopped. After a while, I took lessons from another tutor for a few months, then stopped. I continued to study with various tutors like that. My father somehow found some private tutors and insisted I continue to receive private tutoring. It was hard. In fact, I was pretty good at studying, but I think I would have done better without private tutoring. These days, kids are said to be so busy with tutoring that they were completely out of their minds. If their parents go to a nursing home later in life, the children might not be able to visit them often. B. I have never taken private tutoring or taken private academic classes. When I was in the 4th grade of elementary school, my homeroom teacher taught paid private tutoring to 7 or 8 students in our classroom every day after class and cleaning. It was a long time ago. At the time when they studying, I was playing soccer at the playground. Even though I had middle school entrance exams, I still played soccer, went to my friends' houses, and had fun. One time, I went to a friend named Park's house. I don't remember what we did, but only what he said. My older sister had a pen pal with a soldier who was deployed to Vietnam, and the soldier sent her a gift. I was childishly envious. A. I was busy receiving tutoring that I didn't even think about hanging out with friends. I have no memories. B. As I got older, I have almost no memories either. I only remember 3 or 4. Don't be sad about having no memories, whether we have 3 or 4 memories or none at all. None at all is the same thing when we get older. 일체유심조. Everything is created by the mind. If I decide to be happy, I am happy. If I decide to be unhappy, I am unhappy. As our grandfathers used to say, 살불 살조. Kill the Buddha, kill your ancestors. When you meet the Buddha, kill the Buddha. When you meet your ancestors, kill your ancestors. Kill everything that is evil in your heart and go with a calm mind without thoughts or feelings. Nowadays, or in the past, private tutoring seems to have little meaning for almost children, and it seems to be a result of parental interest, worry, and at the atmosphere of the time. Parents try to improve their children's skills by studying past exam questions in advanced academies through private tutoring, and it's almost Olympic athletes and doping and it seems like parents' excessive vanity over academic achievement and their ulterior motive is that only their children should do well. In the age of artificial intelligence, things don't always go as planned. It's a waste of money, time, and energy. Among the students I heard about one student whose mother was a teacher and whose father worked at a large corporation. Corporation lived in Gangnam Seoul. Gangnam Seoul received several academic warnings, was expelled from school repeatedly, and later barely graduated after re-enrolling. The student's hobby was riding motorcycles. Students would be happier if they pursued fields related to their interests rather than focusing on studying or tutoring. Those who want to study will do so without tutoring, and those who don't want to study won't benefit from tutoring. It's a waste of time and money. 8. These days, people say that the population is decreasing and national power is declining. The world needs to be refreshed. I hear that a lot of unique laws are being created these days. What if we created laws like this? If parents force their children to attend private tutoring academy classes despite their children's dislike of private tutoring, the children will report their children to the authorities, and the government will impose a heavy fine on the parents, exceeding the cost of the private tutoring academy classes, to discourage them from doing so. The children will be cared for foster parents for the time being. As a result, the national budget will also see a huge increase in revenue. Regarding the parents' misguided forced private tutoring, which is like drug doping, we must understand some of their love and concern. No matter how bad the parents' misconduct, if a baby came into the world, that baby wouldn't have been born without them. Still, that mother would have loved her baby. Even if there had been a mother who didn't love her child, a mother who transgressed human nature, God wouldn't have wanted that. He would have loved her child. All babies should grow up well and become God's people. B. There was a television scene where even ferocious-looking crocodiles tried to protect their chicks after they hatched. It is said that magpies raise their young communally. Parents should raise their children well, and in situations where this is not possible, society and the country should take care of them and raise them to be good citizens. If each of us was born into a good family, we should think of many things to be thankful for. If we lived in a less fortunate environment, we should think of at least one or two, 3 or 4 things to be thankful for. We should live our lives being thankful for everything. That is our duty as people in this world. Anyway, since we were born, we thank God for giving us the sunlight, moonlight, and starlight in this world, and for allowing us to breathe. Just as we fled during the Korean War 1950, even if we die from bombing or bullets, we must persevere and find a way to live as long as we live and move forward. Finally, 1 Thessalonians 5:18, in everything give thanks, for this is the will of God in Christ Jesus concerning you. In Japanese. In Chinese. Thank you.